All right, so here's the first part of it, just the two plays we're really going to go over. All right, so both of these plays leave you with a open backside. So what I mean by that is you will have a single receiver backside and the back will be to the three receiver side. So wherever your next three receivers are, the back is always lined up on the side of the three receivers. So we call this four strong, okay? By alignment, four strong, okay? So when anytime we're four strong, we allow you to tag the backside. Okay. That's the first thing we want you to do. Now, the standard for 618 post wheel, for example, is a slant, but you can put him on anything. Will allow you to do that. Now, within understanding that it's a quick game play, we'd rather have quick game routes. So hitches and slants and even quick outs are really what we're looking for here. Can you throw a fade? Yes, if it's quick. But as far as like stop routes and deep outs, what we call corners, not necessarily what we're thinking here. Okay, in the quick game. Now, when you get to scissors and it's a drop back play, and you have drop back protection on. Now we can think more of the deeper routes. And always, again, still think hitches, anything like that, where you can just easily put the ball in play. Okay, so anytime we're working the backside, we're looking at basically the shell that we get backside. So these are your no's, okay, and these are your yeses. Really, the main thing that's going to make the difference there is anything that's angled. So we're going to find the weak safety first. It's always the first thing we want to do when we're just trying to identify coverage in general. If the weak side safety is off the hash to like the single side, we're going to basically uh, basically understand that he's got an easier chance of getting over the top of things. So because you have a low corner and a safety over the top in a window that looks like that, we're going to eliminate that because it's almost 2-on-1. Okay, so we're not going to work the single. We would now work the concept side. Same thing over here. If you got a corner, oops, sorry about that. If you got a corner who can get back and a jack who can get underneath it like that, we would essentially eliminate the backside. If you have some sort of rotation like that, we're going to basically eliminate the backside, but we will allow you to take a hitch just with the thought process that it's going to be hard for a weak safety to come down from depth and get all the way down to the hitch. Most of the time, what they're looking to do is to still get to curl while he's playing deep third. So you can think of a hitch maybe in that scenario where you got a soft corner and just the weak safeties rolled down. But for the most part, something like that, no. Something like a stop, no, because you can get under it. Same thing here. Out, no, because he's going to be over the top. He's going to be underneath it. Same thing here. Out, no. He's underneath it. He's over the top. So those are the things that kind of take us away from the single. Okay. Now, if the corner and the jack are both low, yes, we're going to leave it. And we're thinking vertical because we have nothing outside the hash that can get help deep, right? There's no way to really help over the top. Ugh, sorry. All right. Same thing if you get two both deep. All right, now we're thinking hitches, quick outs. If the weak safety's off, or sorry, if the will is off the hash, you can think slant. So that's kind of your way of thinking about this is again, this hash is your friend, right? So if there's something outside the hash that takes that slant away, but he's going to have a hard time getting to a hitch. He's going to have a hard time getting to a quick out, things like that. Okay. If they're even, like say it's a will or something like that, again, you just have a soft corner, nothing really over the top. Yep. Think stops, think outs, things like that are all good. So those are your yeses where I say leave it, like leave it vertical, or even if it's scissors, leave it in that. Tag it if it's even, stops, right? You don't want to throw verticals into the soft corner. You have deep help already, so you're probably going to get quarters, something like that. Um, So the deep stuff's not necessarily good, but the stops, outs, things like that are really good. And here it's just leverage. What do you have? I like stops and stuff into that. So that's how we attack the backside. So on both these concepts, the backside is where we're looking first. This is always your first look, whatever's backside. Okay, so here's the concept. All right, the first play here, stick post wheel. Again, this is one. We're looking this, okay, based off of what we just had by alignment. That's how you're deciding if you work that side or not. And again, the first thing is slant. So if you don't have a specific thing you want to throw back there, throw a slant or keep it a slant. Okay. The Y has a lot of different options on this play. And this is where it can get a little tricky, and you're going to have to really rep the play and just see it a bunch to understand how it works. But the way we run it, the Y should always, almost always be an option for you. So we are going to work different ways to get this guy open. Okay, short post. The difference between our short post and our high post is we teach a short post to go underneath the safety. So, it could even break shorter like that into that window instead of even there. So a high post for us, a high post would get to full 10 to 12 and it's going high over the safety. So there's differences in our posts. This is a short post getting into that, you know, 10 to 12 range. And then the shoot, we're going to free release the shoot. The F is aiming his front foot to that front foot. So his first step is going to go to his front foot. And he's just trying to create width as quick as you can. So here's the note. QB see the post through the stick. It's good versus cover zero and cover one. So if you get, one high and you get, corner, corner, say the strong safety's weak down here, the stars here, the Mike's here, and the Will's here, you know, he's going to go with that. He's going to go with that. He's going to stay on that. You got a window to throw that post in before the safety who's playing cover one gets over the top. Same thing with zero. If he was spun down here and there's nothing back here, as soon as you see that, we're ripping it off his hip in that window. So that's where you can throw it against cover one. All right, here's the first clip showing you just taking the backside. You're looking like a four-man rush here. Again, the backer is hash to field side. He's too deep to really affect anything, but the will is out of the picture. So he's pushing the slant. It throws a slant in here. So yes, we have over the top and underneath, but the will is left of the hash. So you can throw the slant in there as long as this one comes, which he should come. So good pitching catch there. Just throw an example of throwing the backside first. Okay. Watch the feet. It's just catch. Right foot's in the ground. His left foot's up. Catch. Right foot out. There you go. Okay. Again, here, spinning rotation, coming down. Right. Now, if you think he can get underneath it, but he's soft, again, this is another hitch opportunity. He just tags basically a hitch. It's a poor hitch, but a hitch and just takes it. So does he feel like he can get underneath the hitch? Not really. Okay. This turns into man here, coming here. So some chances you'll have of hitting a post in there. If not, you'll work a whip. And we'll get into all that stuff here later on the front side. But just showing you taking the backside because this is the first look. Soft, soft. So you're getting something like that, especially with him pushing with the bubble motion. He just tags a hitch, which is easy. Takes the hitch backside. Just don't be afraid to take it. See how quick he is. Ball's in play as quick as he can get it in play. Same here. Okay. Weak safety's pushing off the hash. There's nothing on the hash. There's nothing really in this alley. You just a safe or a corner back here, one on one, pressure, slant, replace it. And he throws here a 50-yard touchdown pass. This counts as 1 for 1, 50 yards. And he threw it, from him where he threw it to his buddy here, 10 yards. So easy pitch and catches can turn into big plays. Here's another example too of what we said, cover one. You know, you can tell by alignment, it's really even. This is a pretty even line, one high back. Okay, so that T shell is a really good indicator for one, cover one. All right, which cover one means man to man with a safety playing the middle third. So he's got basically this area. He's got him, 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 right? So we'll get into the whip part of it, but this is a good chance to throw this right off the break on the hash is essentially where you're trying to hit it. But he throws the backside one on one because it's easy, replaces the pressure, and it's an easy score. So, okay, returns. I've been calling them whips. Technically, we call them returns. So, a return route is basically a whip. Same thing. You can call it either one. Against man coverage is when you're looking to do this. So, the way we teach this guy is if you have one over you and the H has one over him, think man coverage. Now, if it's staggered, as far as like he's back, he's down, he's back, it could be cover three, but if it's a straight line like the previous clip and this clip, you definitely got to be on high alert that it's man. All right, next thing is who can cover the back? Who's taking the back? Well, in this scenario, it's most likely him. So you're going to push 2 steps forward. Okay. You're going to push 2 steps forward, and it's going to be almost slantish till you cross the mic's face. Cross the mic's face, settle, and then work back out. So you want to keep the window between this one and this one as wide as you can if you're that wide. That wide receiver, stay in the middle of the two. So you don't want to be in a rush to get back out to where this one is covering you while also taking the back away. So you're staying in this window, settling and getting up. Okay. Again, could he throw the post? It's an opportunity. It's not great release here. It's going to be a little tougher to get this post in versus press just because he can get his hands on him. But that whip, that's the whip part of it. So it's how you run that play versus man. Okay. Understanding who's got the back. Well, it's man, so he's got the back. Okay. Some teams will peel the end and bring him, in which case the wise route just got a lot easier. But most of the time, it's that. You got him coming and he's taking the back. Okay. Signal stick. Sprints. Window. Works back out. Throw it on the outside shoulder here. So just identifying man, how to identify man. Okay, again, looking at him, feet tilted in, looking at him. He's got him. It's man, looking at him, right? One true high who's going to spin down or spin back. Likely this thing started as too high, and we're getting rotation. Okay, so who's got the back? Likely this one, could be this one. All right, now more likely this one. because he slid over to help take it. Okay. If, well, we won't get into that. Could he take the one-on-one right here? Yeah, he could, definitely with a slant, especially as he cheated over. Could take the one-on-one. Okay, but we'll watch the return. Pushes, let him pass. Stick, stay in the window between these two as you work away. Right? If that ball's thrown out here, it probably scores. So that's understanding the whip part of it. All right. Probably wouldn't have liked the slant as much pre-snap with him standing. Okay, as soon as he goes down and then he slides, now the ball's already, it's getting snapped late, but if you can see it late, he's looking that way. I'd have probably thrown it. He doesn't throw it for whatever reason. But you can see here the Y is going to cross it, work back out. And the ball thrown here, instead of the inside shoulder, if it's on the outside shoulder, he can turn up outside. And he might have a better chance of scoring. Okay, here's a good example of kind of doing it wrong. I want to put in here mostly for the wide receivers of just not being patient. So if you get back out into your whip too soon, you'll see the mic is covering you and the back. Man coverage. He's got him, he's got him, he's got him. He has got the back. So as he chases with the back, don't cover yourself, right? If he'd have worked in more and expanded that window, it's better. So the Wise have got to make this thing good. See, he never gets into the picture. He should get into here and then back out. Okay, sprays. Now all the rest of this stuff is going to be more zonish. Zonish. So here they just go, you know, ace, H move, get into early. Okay. So this is not man, right? This is, you know, again, you have a kind of look, right? Depth changes, no straight lines, but corner, nickel, safety. Uh, gets into like a cover three look. Okay, he doesn't like the backside because the will is so far outside the box, and then you got here. So again, it's that concept. Could you throw a hitch? Maybe a hitch, but not a slant for sure. Okay, so front side here. What we teach him to do is attack the inside shoulder at four steps of the nickel flat defender, however that is. Nickel star. Um, some people call it a Sam. Whatever. It's the outside linebacker basically covering you. This guy can line up in a multitude of different places, especially obviously zone. He's either going to be over two, between two and three, or straight over three. Either way, you're attacking the inside shoulder. So as he's over two here, you're going to attack the inside shoulder, and the release will look sprayish. Because what I mean by that is you'll see him inside the hash pre-snap, and then at the catch, he's outside the hash. So what he's doing is he's attacking this inside shoulder, staying away from the mic, and trying to stay in this window. So again, the settle and noose drill, stuff like that, it works and get in between these two. Okay. If you don't love it because you feel like the mic's pressing, go ahead and push it to the F. But that's a really good job of the spray. And another key is just trusting it and getting the ball out fast. So it's foot out. You have to trust it and throw it quickly because the mic is pushed out too. Now, one thing I will note is if you get this one too far wide and this one to where you think, you know, they can get to it, with the mic getting to the Y. If you think the mic can get to the Y, which here he's in a good position too, you can obviously run this ball, right? And say, if this one's too close to everything, you can run it. So pairing it with a run isn't a bad idea. It's really just a matter of can the mic, not the star, we're going to consider him kind of the mic. It's not really in this scenario, but we're going to kind of consider it that way. Can he push to three? And here he's in a really good position to be able to push to three because he's outside the tackle. And in which case, run the ball is not the worst thing to do here. But his feet are just so good, and the spray is the correct release that it works anyway. Again, it's we're basically trying to accomplish how can we throw it to the Y every time. All right, so again here, one low, a spray release. Again, you have to determine can he push to the Y faster than you can get the ball there. So if you think he can, run it because you're running it away. You're running it away from him, and you have enough to deal with it. That's a heck of a pitch and catch. It's just thrown so fast. 31. Can 31 get there? Here's another really good example. He's gonna spray to this one. Can he get there and cover that? But he's creating the window wider by that spray. Look where he lines up. 2 yards inside the hash. Look where he ends up. Outside the hash. Okay. It's also turns into kind of a cover one look. Seeing the post through the stick is the key, but still good pitch and catch. It's a quick game. Get it out of your hand. All right. This is a more traditional look for like high school. Understand that it is three safety, but it's a little bit more traditional as far as, you'll generally have this player down as a fourth rusher or as a jack or something, but the window between these two is more traditional. Just throw it, get it out of your hand quicker. But that's the read. Okay. The single's eliminated pre-snap. You got a low corner, safety off the hash, right? So this is out. He steps down to play cover two. He's over the top. Basically, this is turning into Tampa. But who should he attack? So as he lines up, he's going to attack his inside shoulder, work away from this one. Because he's also got to understand, again, who can cover the back? Who's going to push with the back? That one. This one is going to push with the wheel. So the window is going to be out here, not straight ahead. If you go straight ahead, one's got a better chance of getting to him quicker, which that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to make the window wider. Okay. This is manish, but a good example of kind of attacking. And when it's man, the faster he pushes vertical, the less likely he is to come down. He's going to sit there a little bit more flat-footed and square and try to determine is this guy going vertical because he doesn't want to get run by if it's man. So if you come out of this thing hard every time, it's really going to help you. So here he's bursting, like he looks like he's running vertical, and that's really what you got to do to make that play look good. Get to the inside shoulder of the defender over you. As he expands, you should expand. Stay away from 25. Could he have worked the single? Yeah, if it was a vertical. But again, it's a quick game concept. So we're really not looking to throw verticals, you know, not on this one. Safety's not going to be really able to get over there if it's a vertical. Okay. Can 25 get there? Okay. If you feel like you can, run it because you're fine. You're fine if you did run it, but he doesn't really push there. And most of them shouldn't push straight. They should push at an angle, which helps us. See how he's slightly going back because he's also got to worry about a vertical. He can't just play the stick. Like what's keeping him from just running flat to it? Any kind of four vertical from Y. He has to wall three vertical first. So just by rule, they're gonna drop back. Okay. What I call wraps. This is another technique that the Y will use versus certain looks. And what you're really looking for, even though this is a cover one-ish look, right? He's got him, he's got him, he's got him, he's the middle, and they are looking at him. Like, look at him. His feet are inside, his eyes are on him, his eyes are on him, his eyes are on him. The low person, if there is something low between the Y and the tackle, you're looking to wrap him almost like a quick curl flat, as he will most likely chase the back right now. So you're kind of playing curl flat on this guy. So understand this is man. It's going to come quick though on these little wrap routes. All right, here's another one. Low between the Y and the F, right? So he just wraps him. The throw gets there before the whip breaks back out, and that's okay. Here he is low, low, like line of scrimmage low between the tackle and the Y. You're really just going to wrap him. He's going to chase the back. You don't really have to work a whip as much because you're less likely to run into a next one. This is a D lineman that dropped 89 here, but you're less likely for that to happen. Okay. Not necessarily low, but in between the Y and the tackle. This isn't a bad look to run the ball into either. He's pushed out. You got to make the determination. He's the one who can cover the back. So, can you run away from him or do you want to curl flat him? He'll probably spray this too, and it wraps. So, he doesn't really spray because he sees that. He's just wrapping him. All right, here you go. Don't really know what the coverage is with it being right. Turns into one, but low, taking the back. We got enough cushion here that we really don't have to run a whip. We're just going to wrap this guy. So he's going to take either that one or that one. And you know it'll end up being rapish when he's low and outside the tackle in between the Y. Right there. Bang. All right. The post wheel part of it. Okay. Like we said, it's good versus 0 and 1. He's got him, he's got him, he's got him. He's probably going to take the back off this motion or any kind of shoot, which he expands with it. There's your window, throw the post. So it's sort of 92 post wheel with the post wheel. Same kind of concept, read. Is what you're looking for there. Also, if you're good enough to notice with the bubble, the will push, throw it here. Like if you see them move with the bubble, attack where they came from. But real good look there and the essentially cover zero. I love his feet. Very boom. All the cleats in the ground. Hold. Rip. Another one more of a goal line look. He moves out. Same thing here as if you had 92 post wheel. Same thing with stick post wheel. You get that same kind of look on the goal line. Both are good. All right. Cover one. He spins down, and that's really where the ball is going to be hit. If the ball's close to the middle, it's going to be hit on a hash almost every time the ball's thrown and caught on a hash. And that ball snapped here at the 10, caught at the basically about 12 yards deep. So, like we talked about, it's going to be caught at 10 to 12. Same thing here. You know, dude over a dude. You got a release that's favorable. He comes out. Okay, if he doesn't throw the post wheel, all right. Again, he's taught to attack the inside shoulder of the defender over you, so this is not going to be spray. He could think maybe man. He would get in here and sit. As soon as he attaches, he would throw the back. So if he threw the back here, it'd be good too. So the mic didn't really move, right? He's thinking, man, does the mic move? No. Tries here. All right, here you go. Bubble week. Here's a bubble week. We'll get into some bubble week stuff. Good whip. Good whip. Doesn't throw the whip for whatever reason. Does throw the post coming up behind it. It's a good play. Got both. Really does have both. Here's a low one. Okay, we're thinking wrap low between the tackle and the uh the Y. And again, here's the mic. So it's gonna get in here, whip out because he's standing up too. So you're gonna wrap him and whip on him. Gotta understand just what everyone's doing. And the post is coming here. If he flies with that and he can get inside leverage here, you got a chance of the post. Down, out. There's your post. All right, now, anytime you bubble weak, well, one more. Anytime you bubble weak, all right, you don't have anything pressing with this player to really change the window. So what he does is, you know, he's not playing off anything. So but what you will get with the backside is scat. So anytime you get bubble weak, this is the number one rule. Okay. Anytime you bubble weak or the back swings to the single, we don't want to run true slants where they continue to go. I'd rather him run a slant curl and curl this defender and swing him. Okay. And the read will go 1, 2, 3. Okay. So here's a good example. Bubble weak. This is 1. He sees him pushing. Again, you don't really have the back helping you. He doesn't like it. 2 is going to go here. He throws 2. But watch his eyes. left, reset, two. Okay. He's on that. Ball goes here to three. So just it's kind of yes, no. You're looking at it. Do you love it? Yes or no? If no, come here. Yes, no. Yep. So he'll spray it. Stay away from the mic. That would have been two. All right, here's some of us doing it. All right, low and in between the Y and the H, or the tackle. Sorry, in between the Y and the tackle. We're gonna wrap him. He should have pushed and wrapped him. Okay. This, if this is yes, no, which is where he should start. This is one. He should throw it here. He should throw it right there. Okay. He's kind of got everything. He's got that. He's got that. Okay. That's fine. He takes that. Throw the back. Our H didn't really wheel there. Our H should have wheeled. But either way is you got one hard on three, which is more of a rare look. He's not splitting the difference. He's not over two. He's straight over three. If he's flat footed at all like this, throw the back. All right. Bubble weak. Motion brings him in motion or him, he makes him move too. Looking at him, eyes are in, looking at him, eyes are, or feet are in, sorry, looking at him. I mean, this is man all the way. So we get a in, back out, a return, a really good whip or return route here versus man. Bubble weak. This is a zone look. Nothing over the Y. Again, he's splitting the difference of two and three. He should spray. Stay away from 26. He's going to slant curl this one. So this is one. Throw it. That's two. Good deal. And again, goal line, man. A lot of times you get the chance to throw the post. Okay. So, yeah, for now, that's a little bit of 618 post wheel. We'll get into scissors here in a little bit too, but that's a quick, easy one for you.